Hey everybody, Bearded Rogue here, and this video is also a Gen Con video, but this is my designer extravaganza video, where I'm going to talk about prototypes that I played, prototypes of mine that were played, and various other designer type things. So, if you're not interested in the design side of things, then this video is probably not for you, but if you're not interested in the design side of things, I would be very confused as to why you're following me. So, let me just jump right in. So, the first major prototype that I played was Sherlock Holmes from Stephen Sauer. It was fantastic. I mentioned it a little bit in my middle of the con video that I released earlier this week, but it's a deduction game. You're on the trail of Furiardi, the notorious criminal, and you're trying to solve various crimes that he's left in his wake. And is pinning on other individuals, so you're nabbing all of the culprits for the crimes and trying to catch up to him, and then eventually you compare all of the scores at the end of the game and see who was the best detective. Phenomenal game, like phenomenal. I understand that it was picked up at the convention, and it totally deserves it. It's ready. It's amazing. I can't wait to have an official version in my hands. I already tried to decide whether or not I wanted to prototype a copy for myself so I could play it before anything like that happens. That's how good I think it is. It's a super solid game, and I had an absolute blast with it. Also at the Nerd Night event, on Thursday, I played a couple of my games. Some designers were generous enough to give me some of their time. So I played my Build the Robots game with Flash Forward Games and Game Geek Ninja, who's a couple of awesome people on Twitter. Flash Forward Games, of course, being the designer of Lanterns, which I was too thick to realize until the game had actually ended. They gave me some amazing feedback, and I think the game is going to be so much stronger for it. They endured a version of Build the Robots that went on far longer than it had any need to, because we were playing with newer players who weren't as familiar as me and my playtest group. And that's how it'll happen in the real world, and why blind playtesting is so valuable. Well, not blind playtesting, but playtesting with people that aren't your normal group is so valuable. And I'm really grateful to them for that. Also played Fire in the Library with a whole contingent of people, and everybody who played it enjoyed it. I didn't have any negative comments on the game at all. I had a lot of wonderful constructive feedback on things that I could do in the game, or how I could ratchet things up or tweak mechanics here or there, but the reception was extremely positive. It actually left the convention with a publisher, which is no guarantee of anything, but it's the furthest I've gotten as a designer in being able to actually send a design home with a publisher to evaluate and look at and everything, and I'm super excited about that one. I think Fire in the Library is a really good game. I'm very proud of it, and I'm hoping that the same opinion is held, and you guys will be able to see it on shelves at some time in the future. Build the Robots is still in the oven, as it were, and we're going to refine a few things and come back bigger, faster, and stronger, and I can't wait to show the next iteration to everybody. Let's see, what else? Also at the Nerd Night event, I played the game Flow, which I can't say... I'm sure I'm going to mangle the designer's name. His first name is Tam, his last name is Mayang. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. That's me being stupid, but your game was amazing. It's a time travel game. It's a cooperative time travel game, and I played with some of my absolute favoritist people in the world. Unfortunately, we didn't get to finish because the event ended while we were playing. I really wish I could have finished it because I was loving every second of it. It's a phenomenal game that uses two anchored pieces of string to symbolize creating wormholes through time. I have never seen any anything quite as clever in a time travel game, and I'm really looking forward to getting to play this one or finding out more about it or seeing it signed somewhere, because it was really cool. Let's see, moving away from Nerd Night, actually, no, one other game I played at Nerd Night was I played Kismet, which is a dice game from Cardboard Fortress Games, Anthony Amato and Nicole Klein. I have yet to play a Cardboard Fortress game that I do not like, and that includes this. It's a abstract dice game, and it was really fun. It's brain burny, it's clever, it's very abstract, but I loved it. My co-designer John actually played afterwards and was actually able to beat Anthony by the skin of his teeth, even though he will say that he crushed Anthony. That is not the case. Don't listen to him. But he did win. We will grant him that fact. Either way, really good game, and look for more on that in the future. I believe that's everything from the actual Nerd Night event. So moving on to other evenings of the convention. I think it was Saturday night? It must have been Saturday night. Sat down and played a game called Explorers, which is this right here from Adam Skelding. This was an awesome game. It's still in design and development. He's tweaking a few things, but even with the tweaks that he's going to be putting in, I had a lot of fun. It clicked about halfway through the game. It's that thing where you're playing and figuring things out, and then it clicks halfway through the game, and I was already so far behind, there was no way I was going to win, but I know that the next time I play the game, I would do so much better because I know what I'm doing. It's not a complicated game, but for me it was a little bit difficult for me to comprehend personally. It's a really good game. I can't wait to see where this goes in the future. I highly recommend checking it out if you get a chance. He's Spur Seraph on Twitter. Awesome game, and I appreciate getting the chance to play test it. Next thing I played Ursa Minor, which is a game all about bears mining Honeycomb Mountain to get royal jelly. Royal jelly being victory points. It's from Eli Kaminsky. It's a cute little game where you're moving around a mountain made out of hexagon tiles that all have different values, and you're using those to either buy cards that give you special abilities or to gather victory points, and it was super fun. I really had a great time with it. It's the pun in the name alone is clever, but a lot of the mechanics inside of it are pretty clever for a light, fun game like it. Let's see, what else is on my list here? I tried to write everything down because there were so many good games. I played a game called Bullet Hall from Anthony and Nicole at Cardboard Fortress, and it was really early in the design phases, and I love getting my hands into a prototype early in the game. It was really fun to play around with. I really enjoyed it. I know that John, who's my primary co-designer, Angry Tetris, is totally invested because he's wanted to work on a tower defense game forever. So I expect that Anthony will be receiving all sorts of wonderful critiques and criticisms and suggestions and advice from John going forward. That's going to be really cool. I can't wait to see what they do with it. We played a lot of my beat-em-up game. My beat-em-up game was one of the ones that came out most during the convention. It's my real-time side-scrolling board game that right now has a Ninja Turtles theme attached to it. I have a publisher who's extremely interested in it. They really enjoyed the pitch and their playthroughs of it. So I'm very hopeful that that one's going to find a home. Gonna have to do a few little minor tweaks like everything else, and that'll be part of development, but I'm really confident that that one's gonna find a home, and I'm super excited about it. I wasn't there for this, but or for both games, but our game Busted, our little betting game that's kind of like Gamers Blackjack, hit the table a few times, and we played with Jordan and Mandy of Lotus fame, and I'm interested to hear how that one went. John was the one primarily running those playthroughs, and I understand it went pretty well, but I'm super excited that that one got to the table. It's a small little game, and I'd love to see it find a home as well. We played a game called Super Hack Overdrive by Weird Giraffe Games. Super Hack Overdrive has one of the most unique mechanics I have ever seen in my life. When you play a card, you put it into a tableau in front of you. When you take your actions on your turn, one of the actions you can take is to activate a card that's in front of somebody else as if you played it and have them pick it back up. Each card has a point value on it, and you're trying to get to a certain number of points depending on the number of players. So sometimes you're playing other people's cards because you really want the ability, other times because you just want to put points back in their hand rather than leaving them in their tableau. It's a very neat card game, a very small card game, very small number of cards. I think it's like 25 cards. Really clever, really neat. I understand they're going to be looking to probably do Kickstarter with it in the future, and I recommend you check it out when that happens. That's Super Hack Overdrive. Really cool game, really cool people. Small publisher group. I was really excited to actually meet them in person, and I made it a point to try the game because I'd read the rules ahead of time, and just I'd never seen anything quite like that card mechanism, and so I had to check it out. We showed our They Live game, Kick-Ass and Chew Bubblegum, to Matt Christensen and Chris Rowlands and several other people. I'm really excited about where we go on this one. It's really early in the design. It's really early in the development. It's something that I really want to see the light of day because I love the movie. I love the commentary from the movie. I love Rowdy Roddy Piper, who's been gone a little bit over a year as of this month, and I really think that a game on this movie that's so influential and so kind of forgotten because it's a B sci-fi movie really deserves to be out there. So I'm going to be talking to Matt Fantastic here soon. I guess he's extremely interested in They Live as well, so I'm going to kind of pool my efforts. He has a totally unique vision for things and a very interesting way of doing his games that I think will really benefit this particular IP. So I would love to have collaboration and work with him on this. I've kind of wanted to work with him for a while because his stuff is so clever and so offbeat and so neat. So the fact that I get to do it on one of my favorite movies of all time that's also clever and offbeat is really awesome. So expect to hear more about that in the future. In addition, I mentioned Matt Christensen and Chris Rowlands earlier, and they actually sent me home with a prototype of their game, The Last Garden. I am going to blind playtest this for them. I have no knowledge of how the game works up to this point. I know that they're awesome people and that they've been working on it for a while and that they're hoping to bring it out into the world, so I'm super excited to help them blind playtest this, to go through their rules and see what makes sense and what doesn't and help them on this. There's no greater feeling than being able to help other people hit their dreams, and I love everything about the process, and so I cannot wait to help them out. Matt has actually gone through some of my rule books in the past, taken looks at them, and helped me get them up to snuff for pitching and for publishers and things like that. So it's an honor to be able to return the favor in that regard. So I'm really looking forward to that. I don't think I missed anything. However, on the off chance that I did, and you watch this video, smack me upside the head and let me know. Make it known. I'll gush about all of your stuff as well. I wasn't expecting Gen Con to be nearly as much about prototypes for me as it was. I only played a couple of published games over the course of the weekend, and I don't feel like I wasted my time at all. The designers in this industry are amazing. Their ideas are awesome, and anything I can do to help them get ahead and get all of the fun that they're creating into the hands of everybody is what I want to do with my time. It's exactly where I needed to be, and it's exactly what I wanted to do. So if I got to spend some time with you, either playing your games or you played my games or we just talked about games, thank you so much. It was a fantastic Gen Con. Multiple publishers showing interest in my designs, multiple other designers playing my games and letting me know that I'm on the right track is one of the greatest gifts you guys could have given me. So I'm glad I get the opportunity to give back occasionally. Anyway, that's it for today. So expect some more Gen Con videos coming up on major events or big things that happened. And this is my designer video. So Bearded Rogue, signing out, guys. Later.